Hey, this is Doug Rose for Game Shampoo, and today we are going over the revised Nexus strike. This strike has seen some very nice improvements from its original iteration back in the release of Vanilla Destiny. That's kind of a strange thing to think, but pretty awesome to say all the same. So, it has definitely gotten a nice revamp, and they've done quite a bit with the new mechanics and enemies added.
World-eating machine in a bid to restore their Nexus. In time, Venus will be consumed.
And listen to this. Scouts report that the Vex have upgraded the Nexus mine with tech from the Vault of Glass.
Do you need something, Cade?
No, just here to support my favorite Guardian.
I'm sure. Let's take that Nexus mine apart.
Yeah, and, well, as you can hear, it's going to be Akaora, Ray, and Cade 6 helping walk you through this whole experience. Nothing but good people here. So, the opening plays out exactly the same. If you are here in, like, the strike playlist, or for the Nightfall, this is not a bad area to do some quick point farming or get a spree going. Or at least make a nice dent and potentially get a spree. Like I said, this part plays out exactly the same way. Just a couple Vex and Fallen fighting. This will lead you forward to the first room, the engine branch.
Break their command service.
So, here is one of the places that things can vary. Either this will be Fallen or Taken. And I encountered Taken this first time. If I get a good recording of Fallen, I will definitely share it. So, just like in the original, you need to clear out 3 servitors. They can appear in what seems like at least 4 or 5 places. One can appear in here, and usually seems to. Take your time going through, depending on like how you're doing things. If a fire team in like standard difficulties, you can be pretty reckless. But once you start getting onto the heroic playlist, not so much. You should be more conservative. But yeah, destroy the servitor, clear out the remaining Fallen to make your life easier, move on to the next servitor, which can appear in quite a few places. This one appeared from the front left. Now go ahead, take out the other Fallen around it, and then when you can, and you have a nice line of fire, attack the servitor. It'll start back where my Guardian is presently, and then possibly move forward into that section. It's not the only servitor which will follow this path of behavior. Keep that in mind. And as always with servitors, aim for its eye? Yeah, eye's the best term. And it never hurts to bring a machine gun to a fight. At least I personally think it is a great idea. Alright. Third and final servitor. If you're running into Taken, those will be captains. This part also plays out identical. You'll have a couple Fallen and jump over that railing, or appear on this landing. And with the Taken variant, Taken Minotaur can be waiting for you at the top of those stairs. Keep that in mind. This part doesn't really matter which version. There are a lot of enemies. Clear them out. On the Nightfall, be very, very careful. Alright, collect ammo, collect motes if you're not fully charged. Head up the stairs in the back right of the room from where you entered. Run through these next few rooms. Nothing new's been added, unfortunately. And get to the next point of conflict with the Fallen or Vex.
I'm reading a massive barrier ahead.
Ah, Vex.
I appreciate the support. But
Though there are some Fallen here. Taken, there will be Taken in both these rooms.
could do.
Oh, incidentally,
If you're
yeah,
bored,
kind of like that.
Halls could always use a once-over with a mop.
What was that? You're bringing
And then we have more Taken. It's one of the greater boons to post-Taken King strikes. You get more variety. It does make it a little harder to write guides or narrate a guide for it, but having played through this strike a number of times before recording this, I've got a solid idea of what's going on. This part, if it isn't the Taken version, plays out very close to the original, so no real big changes. You know, deal with the Vex carefully. Hey, you'll have some harpies in there, and in the Taken version, like, honestly wasn't shown. Oh, and you'll encounter some Vandals. Vandals are really annoying, if only because of the impenetrable shield they drop. Alright, now, this can be something tricky with the Taken version. And where you need to deposit the arc charge, there are going to be 2 hobgoblins. Only one of them survived, because my team's been doing really good at staying on top of it. But both those are snipers, so you want to be sure to take them out as quickly as possible. It makes it a lot easier for the runner to then bring the charge to its appropriate place. After that, you're going to want to head down to that ring at the bottom of the slope in front of the barrier and wait. Alright, midway through the video and the strike, and you gotta praise the sun. Given this is recorded at the very beginning of the dawning, I'm wearing some of my SRL gear to try and level it up. That works against me too because it cuts into my stats. So, with the barrier down, head inside. Either it's going to be Taken goblins or just goblins. Same holds true for when you head through this darkened corridor into the cavern beyond. Either it's going to be Taken goblins or regular Vex goblins. Either way, it's a great place is to drop one of the more productive supers like a shadow shot onto the group, or do things that just help generate orbs for everyone. Now, this is a great chance to power up your super, take advantage of Army of One or Grenadier. Alright, this part, identical. But once we get into the boss room, things have changed. For one, you can't actually stand up here anymore and just snipe. You know, I'd kind of poke around, but I also wanted to drop down and explore things. Like before, you've got a number of minotaurs along the outside of this circular arena. You can't use that opening point as a sniper point now to take on the boss. You will get pushed down. Now, it is possible to get on to the cheese spot to the left of the entrance, and likely to the right as well. But that one to the right was always really tricky to land. At least for me. This part will play out identical on either side. Either it's going to be Taken Minotaurs or just Vex Minotaurs. I know I'm reiterating myself, but it doesn't hurt to repeat yourself in these cases. And now Nexus Mind is down. This part will change depending on your version of the strike. This is accessed directly from the directory. But the other parts of the strike will change dependent on the difficulty. Hey, the heroic strike will play out very much like this. It will have one ability from the Vault of Glass, specifically that of the Templar, which is being triggered right now. Once it does that, the Guardian will be marked by the Void. That's bad. Your screen will eventually go completely black, and it will kill you. So, you want to rush into those pools of light. That will cleanse you, removing the debuff and completely restoring your sight. The problem is all the Vex around it don't make it easy to get to. If you've got a Defender Titan, it is a great place to drop a bubble so everyone can be safe. If you've got the Helm of Saint 14, all the better. It stops enemies from shooting you if they happen to go inside. Now, the Nightfall version of this, that's where things borrow further from the Vault of Glass. First, the Aegis Shield will appear. The Nexus Mine, doesn't matter which version, will be surrounded by a 360-degree shield. It's only going to be vulnerable from the absolute top or the absolute bottom. You do not want to get close to the bottom. It still has its stomp attack. It's the best way I can think of to describe it, which will kill you if you are hit by even a little of it. And hitting the stuff from the top around the shield is absurdly difficult. It can be done, but it's a very difficult shot. So that the Nightfall version will play out very close to the Templar version, up to the Templar fight in the Vault of Glass. You need to obtain the Aegis Shield, let it charge, and then loose a blast at the Nexus Mine. However, I must caution you to make sure you have a nice clean shot from where you are to the Nexus Mine. Even a small rise like one of the boxes can block the shot. Yes, it's a very short recharge, but naturally the Vex or the Taken are gunning for you that much harder, which means missing that shot carries a much rougher penalty. You want to avoid it. Honestly, that covers it for the majority of the differences between how it was and how it is now. And just to kind of show, if you do take out the Nexus Mine before Marked by the Void is done, well, you're safe. So, this has been Doug Side of Rose for Game Shampoo. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all our video game walkthroughs and our Let's Plays. Cheers!
Wait, what?
You've done well, Guardian. For the time being, Venus continues to turn, despite our enemy's best efforts.